Hello everybody, this is Tip Top MTG here today with another MTG Arena video. In today's video, we are finishing up Brawl Week, which is essentially something I do after the release of every set, where I take 5 different Brawl commanders from the set, and I build Brawl decks around them, and we just kind of play some MTG Arena, because then again, Magic is a game, and so I really don't get to do gameplay too much on the channel, and I want to ease more into that, but this is kind of my way to play with some of these new cards in a fun format where you don't have to take it seriously. You can kind of just have fun, and that's what we're going to do today. We're not going to be playing at the highest power level. We're just going to be having fun with Delina Wild Mage. So Delina is a 4-cost 3/2, and when it attacks, you get to choose target creature you control, then roll a d20. Then it says you can create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary and has exile this creature at end of combat. And then, if you roll a 15 through 20, you basically create one of those tokens, and then you can roll again. So this deck essentially wants to attack and make lots of copies of stuff, but it is of course based on luck. We have one card in the deck, which is Barbarian Class, which actually helps make it much more likely that we end up creating lots of copies. But generally, we're happy just getting the one copy and kind of going from there. So we have lots of really awesome cards that synergize with it. Some of them range from high power stuff like Terror of the Peaks, where if you get, 2 Terror of the Peaks to enter the battlefield, they're both going to trigger, or what, you get it to trigger. You deal 5 damage, essentially, when the first one gets copied, because you'll have one originally on the battlefield. And then the next one enters, and you'll deal 10 damage. And then the next one enters, and you'll deal 15. And so if you can get just a couple copies of Terror of the Peaks, you can win the game on the spot with indirect damage. Plus, you have 5/4s with flying attacking. We have things like Morag, which aren't necessarily meant to be copied, but they allow us to get some extra turns. And if they do get copied, they are 6/6s, which are just generally bigger than Delina is. We have stuff like Luca, who we already are playing some pretty expensive stuff, so we might be able to turn one of our 7 dwarves into a Terror of the Peaks and then swing with Delina. It also lets us draw some cards, and this is a very creature-heavy deck. We have some other interesting ones. Calamity Bearer. We don't really have many giants in the deck, and this thing doubles the damage of giants, but if you get 2 to 3 copies of this, you're doubling double and then doubling that again, and then boom, you are dealing tons of damage with the Calamity Bearers. So we have all sorts of really, really fun stuff. We have a couple cards that steal stuff just because then we can copy the stolen stuff, maybe have some fun with it. We have 7 dwarves, which essentially, I wanted a card that when you copied it, it made the original thing bigger. So if you have just 1 7 dwarves out and then you copy it, now you're swinging with 2 3/3s. If you get another copy, now you're swinging with 3 4/4s. And so it just gets bigger and bigger. And then it also just fills a bunch of slots in the deck because we can have up to 7 of them. But we don't, because I think it's a little much. We have a couple cards that care about dice rolling, just, as an option. Brazen Dwarf, if you get a bunch of copies of Brazen Dwarf and then you keep rolling rolling dice to keep making more copies, it will technically kill them eventually if you manage to get that lucky. Just really, really awesome stuff. Annex, because they're copies, they keep the double red, so just the power gets really, really big, really, really fast. Lots of crazy stuff. So yeah, pretty fun. It's one of my favorite decks. I think Grazilax was my favorite deck, and then Delina is my second favorite from Brawl Week, but honestly, I don't dislike any of the decks from Brawl Week. Just note that this one is less powerful than something like Grazilax. It doesn't run as much removal. It is going to be there just to have fun. And yeah, it's not going to work every time because it's a deck based around luck, but because of that, it often is really, really fun and really, really enjoyable. So let's hope we get some good games in today. Hoping to do 2 to 3, but we'll see how long they go. This deck can end games pretty quickly. I mean, Delina doesn't have haste, which is a big downside, so that's why Barbarian Class is pretty awesome. We're playing against a mono green deck, which generally isn't control heavy, which is pretty fun. Looking at this deck, or this hand, let me say, it's okay. We have the 7 dwarves. We have a ramp spell, so we can guarantee get to Delina if we draw another land. I don't know. Swarming Goblins is an interesting card in this deck because it does involve rolling a die, which means it triggers all of our other stuff that cares about dice rolling. But also, if you copy it, you do get some permanent 1/1. So like if I create 2 copies of Swarming Goblins, I guaranteed get 2 permanent 1/1. So it just has a nice ETB that we can kind of abuse. So yeah, we are going to play this replicating ring. I don't know. I've only ever gotten this to actually trigger a couple times, but it's always a fun one because it's like if the game does go really long, one of these turns you're gonna just get a massive amount of mana, and that can often push you over the edge. But looks like they are playing the I'm gonna ramp to Old Gnawbone deck, which is fine. We're gonna play Delina, swing for 2 next turn if they don't have a creature out, which they probably are gonna have a creature out. It's probably Old Gnawbone. No, it's Nyx Bloom Ancient. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Especially because we can copy it. Now we can't obviously spend the mana during combat, but it's just a 5/5. So that's cool. And if we do have something that is instant speed, we can use that after combat. So this is actually going to end up working out really well in our favor. This is the Crone War is gonna end up killing Old Gnawbone, and we draw Barbarian Class, which is probably the best card in our deck. Yeah, we also have the ability to do this. Okay, let's do this. Let's play Swarming Goblins. Okay, that was 2 pathetic rolls, and then we can actually upgrade this, which I should have done first. Yeah, actually, that was a big mistake. It's fine. When we roll the die from Delina, I'll give Delina Menace, meaning it can't be blocked. We're going to swing with everything, but I don't want to waste this mana. So I guess, but then that's just going to waste more mana. Whatever. They all now have haste. We're going to swing. Nope. Okay. So, well, we pretty much win. I swing with everything. I copy Nyx Bloom Ancient. It's another 5/5. That also then will, trigger the menace thing. I give Delina menace so that she can't be blocked. Barbarian Class is so good. It means Delina can oftentimes block better. It means that we're going to get more copies, and it means it has haste, meaning that it's theoretically possible you play Barbarian Class turn 1, upgrade it turn 2, upgrade it again turn 3, play Delina turn 4, and then swing with Delina, make a ton of copies of her, and just literally win the game on the spot. So this deck, depending on your luck, can be incredibly powerful, or it can literally just be make a copy of something when you attack, which can still be powerful, which is why I like it. You know, oftentimes luck-based things can feel really bad, but when the downside, you know, if your deck can still function at the lowest possible thing, that every single time you roll a 1 through 14, it's like, yeah, you're getting an extra copy of a creature. That's fine. It's still a fun effect. It's just not the best. This is a weird, I mean, I guess. Okay, I would have saved it as a removal spell, but you do you, buddy. We're going to play Arcane Signet, meaning actually we can get Delina out next turn. And then the turn after that, if we draw an untapped land, we play Terror of the Peaks, deal a ton of damage. And then Access Tunnel is pretty good in this deck. It allows Delina to become unblockable, meaning that we can swing pretty easily. Okay, Questing Beast, that's kind of annoying, but because he swung with it, does it have Vigilance? I always forget. Yeah, it does. That's sad. It's fine. We'll just kill it with Terror of the Peaks. So we're going to swing, make a copy of Terror of the Peaks. We're actually going to make 2 copies of Terror of the Peaks. So let's think. That's going to deal 5. Then we're going to deal... I guess we don't have to decide yet. Okay, we might just be winning on the spot. Yep. So that's one of those situations where we can just essentially... Because what I was going to do is I was going to kill Questing Beast. But, you know, that's dealing 5 damage when the first one comes in. 10 damage when the second one comes in, and then if we get one more copy, which we guaranteed do, we would win. So yeah, we just had enough to direct damage there, and that's probably like the height of that deck is turn 4, or even I think we played that 3, right, because of the Arcane Signet. Turn 3 play Delina, turn 4 play Terror of the Peaks, swing, make like 3 copies and win the game on the spot. So that, again, that's like one of the more powerful ways to win the game with the deck. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Let's talk about it. And some interesting interactions in our hand. Perforos gives everything haste, which we want already for Delina, and then also allows us to cheat in big creatures, which Delina can then make copies of. Yes, they are all going to go away, but like if I can cheat in, you know, a Terror of the Peaks, make a copy of it, you're doing pretty good. It's pretty fun. So yeah, this hand is a little bit slower. We are going to play the Palladium Mirror. You know, it is something that can be copied, but obviously Delina is the better target to copy. Right now, though, there isn't any way. Oh, actually, we're not playing Plating Mirror. We're playing Replicating Ring. But right now in Standard, at least in my knowledge, there's no way of getting around this Exile creature at end of combat, which kind of sucks. I really wanted that. But, you know, right now, if you could find a way to do that, that would be really, really good. We could play Perforos. Play Luca. We could honestly just wipe the board. We're gonna have to discard a card. They're saving 2 mana. They didn't play their commander, meaning they have something instant speed. So I think I just want to take this opportunity to board wipe. They'll be left with a 1/1. And that lets us kind of play out our hand a little bit better next turn. And hopefully he spends mana to rebuild his board, not leaving something open. Kind of the hope. Yeah. Also, Tundra Fumarole. I really like this card. I have not seen too many people play it. It seems really good, especially in like a brawl setting where you know, it's almost a free removal spell. Like in a deck where you are running like a couple snow lands, like I could cast that spell right now and get all the mana back. I'm not going to, but I could. They again kept mana open, probably to kill Delina. It's fine. Whatever. We can replay it. But we'll probably play Perforos first. Perforos is going to be much harder for them to take out. It's hard for those colors to take out enchantments, especially indestructible ones. We're going to get rid of Snow-Covered Mountain here. Oh, we're already running low on health. If we get rid of Snow-Covered Mountain, we go down to 12, which is 2 hits from Kroxa. However, if we don't, we get 1 extra turn, but also this is a nice removal spell. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Luca here, which sucks because that is card draw. But whatever. Okay, hazardous or spike field hazard. Huh. Okay. We're gonna play this. We're gonna have to discard a card. We're gonna discard spike field hazard. And next turn we're gonna play Delina, swing, hope to get lucky and win the game, because otherwise I think we just lose. Yeah. So they have lethal on us, except we can Tundra Fumarole. Or we can get greed. Okay, so let's think about this. I Tundra Fumarole. I get hit for 6. Have to discard Robber of the Rich. I would have to draw something utterly incredible. So I literally think it's more likely to win if I play Delina. Hope it doesn't get removed, even though they held up all of their mana. And if this gets removed, we just lose. So we swing, and we have to get incredibly lucky with this roll. Nope. All right, so we just lose. See, that's one of those ones where it's like, oh, they removed our commander, whatever. Red doesn't really have ways of protecting that. But that's fine. We're going to do one last game, because these games are quicker. Mono red decks generally either win quickly or lose quickly, especially when they're built around a gimmick like Delina is. The best kind of hands, if you do decide to play this deck, which by the way, deck list is in the description, is you want that Arcane Signet turn 2. Getting out Delina turn 3 is really, really good. And then turn 4, playing that 5-drop that you want to copy. That's kind of the arc you want to play. You want to play Ramp turn 2, Delina turn 3, Big Thing turn 4. And then swing with that. And ideally, if you want to make it perfect, Barbarian Class turn 1. And then that would be amazing. Yeah, I'll do it. They're playing Nethroy, which is fine. We're going to play Robber of the Rich. But because they started first, we're not going to have less cards in hand, which sucks. Yeah. Robber the Rich, we're going to go in, just swing for some damage. We're not going to get the card, but hopefully maybe they miss, or not they miss land drop. They play a land and then don't play a creature. No, they're just going to destroy it. That's fine. Something tells me those are going to be words I'm going to say a lot this game. Let's play Heraldic Banner. Naming red. we are going to have to discard a non-creature, non-land, meaning they can't discard anything. That's another reason to play Heraldic Banner there. It's just to make sure that we don't have to discard a card. And then our graveyard's going to get exiled, which we really don't care about. There could possibly, like, I think there's one card that can return itself if we roll a natural 20. But yeah. Okay, Nadar, that's kind of fun. That is kind of fun. Okay. I approve of that. By the way, having a bunch of Toralfs is really, really fun if you can do like Toralf plus Terror of the Peaks and then get a couple Toralfs and then you're just like doing so much damage. It's so much fun. I had that happen in a game and I really enjoyed it. The odds that Delina sticks around are about 1 in a million. But who knows? Maybe he just really wants to play some 4-drop. Nah. Yeah, that sucks, but whatever. Although I am excited for this card for my mono black auras deck. Or Orsop auras, I have both. I've yet to play it since Adventures in Forgotten Realm, but that card is going to be fun in there. Gets me another one to do that with. Either way, let's play Annex. And then let's play Toralf's Hammer. No, we're going to play 7 Dwarves, getting Annex up to 4 power. Which means that if it dies, we should get 2 1/1s instead of just 1. Let's see. Now, if he's going to remove Bolt, he should remove 7. Well, it doesn't actually matter, because if he kills Annex first, I get 2 1/1s. If you kill 7 Dwarves first, I get 1 1/1 and then 1 1/1. So it actually doesn't matter what order he kills them in if he's going to kill them. I'm going to trade 7 Dwarves for Nadar, which, yeah, that is going to be my plan here. 7 Dwarves literally is just a 3/2 at this point. We can get a 2/1 back, so I think that's just the better play here. Of course, that does drop Annex to be a 3/3 instead of a 4/3, which kind of sucks. Oh wow, yeah, this is an unfun card, but it's fine. We technically could get rid of it with Toralf's Hammer if we wanted to pay 6 mana and tap a creature to do it. Which is, I mean, that is an option. We could also just pay 4 mana and get rid of literally everything. But yeah, let's swing with Annex. We're gonna get 3 damage through. We're just gonna board wipe away Solroof. I don't want it to get too big. We are in a red deck. Most of my removal is based on damage, and anything that puts counters on it is a little bit concerning. And we also obviously do have a creature after the board wipe. The reason I didn't swing with the 2/1 is that I didn't want it to put a counter on Solroof, and then risk like him having just 1 removal spell. He would have blocked the 2/1, so it just didn't really matter. All right, so he's gonna just pay mana to venture into the dungeon. He's about to get to the Mad Wizard's lair, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that resolve. Most of the time the game ends too early, but I guess at this point he's just going. I don't know. Let's play Goldspan Dragon. We get to swing, make basically 2 mana. I'm going to use that mana to play Palladium Mirror. He is going to play Extinction Event, Naming Odd, and I'm going to be sad. That's my prediction for what's about to happen. No, okay. He's going to finish up Mad Wizard's Lair. Okay, I mean, Kogla, that's kind of annoying. That's probably what's getting cast. Targeting Goldspan Dragon. If it manages to attack... Oh, that's so sad. I wish I had the ability to 1 damage right now. If it manages to attack, it gets rid of Palladium Mirror or... Oh, that's so tragic. what was I saying? If it manages to attack, it can destroy either of those things. Doesn't look like I have any way of stopping it from attacking. So we're going to play Leyline Tyrant and Toralf, because Palladium Mirror is going to die, so there's no point in keeping it untapped. And then we're going to keep that card in our hand. I don't know how useful it's going to end up being. And then this, you know, we have some powerful creatures on the board, but I don't know what we're going to be able to do really here. We're going to need some sort of miracle. Okay, he's not actually swinging with Kogla, which I'm very grateful for. We are just going to take the 6. But yeah, he is recovering his hand, you know, the 3 cards from the dungeon, and then Elder Gargoth is just going to double up his card draws every turn until we can get a big enough creature. But my hope is that we can play Delina next turn using just this. Then the next turn, we swing. We make a bunch of copies of either Leyline Tyrant or Toralf. Haven't decided yet, and just win. Because, I mean, he can block the 5/4 with Elder Gargoth, which sucks. Also, the fact that he can just 3 mana do this is kind of annoying. But he's going with Lost Mind of Pandelver, which means he doesn't think the game is going to go long enough for him to get a Mad Mage. Also, this one just, I think, is the best dungeon in the game. Mad Mage is a little bit greedy, but if you can manage to get it to go off, it's pretty cool. Then again, if he's going to keep doing this, I mean, he could do it one more time. All right, there we go. Let's play Delina. He has some sort of instant speed reaction. We're going to play Snow-Covered Mountain, keep Spike Field Hazard up. Maybe it'll be useful. And I would be willing to trade Toralf for one of those two things. Kogla is kind of scary. Elder Gargoth is drawing cards. Or it's just going to get exiled. That's fine too. We also, at the end step, can float a red mana. Leyline Tyrant is going to allow us to keep it. Which could be useful. Leyline Tyrant's really in here because this is kind of a big... Oh. That's fine, I guess. I guess we don't really have a great target with Delina. Our hope is, I guess, to draw Terror of the Peak, swing with Delina, get lucky. That's kind of our best course of action, but it looks like our whole board is just going to die because he's drawn so many cards and has so much mana. I'm a little confused. Like, did he just draw these? Or, like, why... Oh, he's playing this. Okay. Yeah, this card's pretty good, I guess, when you get to the late game, and that's fine. I wasn't planning on killing with Delina. Palladium Mirror dies. Yep. Again, don't know why I didn't swing with Koga a little while ago, but whatever. I just have to hope Delina, we get really lucky here and draw something good. I mean, technically, we could win at any time. Any swing could theoretically be a win as long as Delina's out on the board. It would just have to be incredibly, incredibly lucky. If we got a Barbarian Class, that would also be a good draw. Kazul's Fury, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to remember. This doesn't copy it with the 0 power, does it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We lose. Whatever. Oh, especially if he gains life here. I mean, he's not going to, but... yeah, we were close, I guess. I don't want... No. Don't exit. Why? I'm literally in full control mode. I didn't want that. I wanted to sacrifice it. But whatever. We're gonna go out swinging. There's nothing else we can do. We're just dead. We can get him down to 5 health. So we were close. I would love to be able to see what was next. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. Either way, that has been it for this video. Again, the deck list will be in the description down below. It is a fun deck. I mean, you are going to lose. Obviously, that's how Magic works. You can't win every game. But yeah, it's probably the second most fun deck that I've made for Brawl Week this week. And it's been really, really fun. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Hopefully I didn't make as many play mistakes as I did in like the Grazlax video. I was tired. But yeah, it's been really, really fun. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this Brawl Week. I'll probably be doing one for Jumpstart Historic Horizons now that Historic Brawl is going to be a permanent-ish kind of queue. If you didn't see the news on that, check out my other video on that. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.